I have a problem with you.
Okay.
You really couldn't let me just have one day of having nice hair. You have to set your hair appointment for the same weekend I'm getting my hair cut?
Yeah.
Ah, not
Only,
cool.
only because then when we record for the next, the following week, then we can both show off our new hairs.
That's what I'm saying. It was supposed to be my moment. I've been
Too
waiting
late.
3 years to cut my hair, and then you just come in. You're just like, I'm not gonna steal it. We're sharing the spotlight. No. It was my spotlight, and you're taking it. You stole it from me.
Well, I didn't know you wanted it to be a spotlight. You could have just said that.
It's too late now. Okay, it's already a thing. Get your hair cut. It's fine. It's fine.
I will. I mean, it would mark a year since I've cut my hair, so it's perfect. Perfect timing.
Whatever. We don't need to talk about it. Anyway, welcome to a conversation with Judy and Ryan right here on YouTube at takeabreathpod. If you made it this far into the video, please give us a like, share, and subscribe because you're probably not going to make it much farther. Let's be honest. If you're an audio listener, make sure to give us 5 stars. If you don't give us 5 stars, I want to know, why do you hate me? Because that's really what it is. We took last week off. And I hear, when we miss an episode, oh my God, you're ruining my life. and I reply, well, it's because Judy wanted to go on vacation. And then I hear, oh, well, that's fine. We love Judy. We love Judy so much. What?
I feel like that's always what happens when we take a week off.
See, and this is why I say I'm the head coach of the show. Because when we miss a week, it's my fault, and I'm the one who ruined all the lives. But when I say that it's so that Judy could get a vacation, oh, well, she needs that. All right. So,
yeah.
We are going to start the show off today different than normal because we're going to have some visuals. So, if you are watching, if you want to watch, check us out on YouTube at takeabreathpod. Audio listeners will do the best we can to describe what is going on. Over the weekend, I went and saw Dune 2.
Okay.
Loved it. Loved it. So good. Couple nitpicks. You know me, I can nitpick anything, right? Mm-hmm. But a couple nitpicks in there, but these are like genuine, like you had to hit me over the head type with it in order to not have me say anything. So, but overall, great movie. Loved it. Every time I see that man, Javier Bardem, oh God. Woo! Getting hot in here, boys. Okay. By the way, real quick, if you are looking on our YouTube channel or our TikTok at this point, I shaved my beard, and
you did.
I usually shave it every 3 months, and it has, with the hair being this long, it hasn't looked as out of place as it does right now. Like normally because I have normal hair normally, and I just like look like a regular person. But right now it seems off with just no beard and so much hair.
I can't pinpoint who you look like, and I've been wondering it since the beginning. Like when we were doing our pre-show, I was like, who does he look like?
It's Fat Pauly Shore. No,
it's not. Okay,
buddy,
sorry.
The whistling down.
What?
It's Fat Pauly Shore. Come on.
No, it'll come to me. It'll come to me when hopefully sometime.
I got
during this episode.
I got Dan Fogel one time. I was okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
You have no idea who that is, do you?
Nope.
That's how I
I was like, okay, yeah.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes,
Go
I
on.
can
Continue.
totally.
I
It's
saw
the
that.
guy. It's he was in Enchanted Beasts. He was in Balls of Fury. Have you seen any of these movies?
No.
Golly. Okay, actually, you know what? This is perfect because we're getting ready to use visual aids anyway. So let's
Yeah, I was like, let's
go.
not get off topic.
Well, no. We're good. We're good. See, okay. So first thing we'll do, we'll put this in the handy dandy machine. Dan Fogel. Okay, no, that's not who I thought. Okay, no, not Fogelberg. I put Fogel, not Fogelberg. Is it? Did I get his name wrong too? I probably got his name wrong. Okay, so
You don't even know
there
who
he
we're
was.
talking about.
Dan Fogler. I was close. Okay, I was close. Dan Fogler. See, he was in all these movies.
I've seen him. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Okay. Take Me Home Tonight.
was
Yep,
at-
that was his best friend.
Take Me Home. Of all of them, it's Take Me Home Tonight is the one you remember? The Topher Grace rom-com? Oh,
Yeah,
God.
I told you I love rom-coms.
No, I know. It's just like it's classic Judy. So yeah, I was at a Burger King drive-thru and the girl was just like, "Oh my God, you look like Dan Fogler." I was like, "Cool, thank." And I had no idea who he was in the moment.
Thanks.
And so she's like, and walked away. And while she's getting the fries, I'm like cooking them. I was like, "Oh, cool, thanks." Yeah. All right. So I brought. While we were at Dune, getting back to what we were talking about, while we were in Dune, the previews were playing. And in these previews, a new movie for Zendaya is shown. And it is The Challenger. No, I'm not The Challengers. I've been watching too much MTV reruns. This is just Challengers, okay? And so obviously it stars Zendaya. But the one thing I want you to notice real quick when you're looking at this screen, look at this photo. Look at that photo right there, okay?
Oh.
For anyone who's not a video viewer, you're making a mistake, but it's Zendaya on a bed with two men. We'll say men. I don't know their ages, but I'm going to assume that they are like 18 plus, okay? So now before, I have some feelings on what I got from this preview, but before we get there, I want to be as fair as possible, okay? So I went to the Wikipedia to get the plot, and I'm going to read it for everyone. Challengers is an upcoming American romantic sports film directed by Luca Guadagnino. I fucked his name up. Guadagnino. He's Italian, so I'm sorry. And written by Justin Kuritzikis. What is with all these double consonants? Justin Kuritzikis. The film stars Zendaya. Yeah. How is Zendaya the easiest name so far? The film stars Zendaya, Josh O'Connor, and Mike Feist. God, now I just can't read. Its plot follows a Grand Slam tennis champion who signs up to compete in a challenger event against the former lover of his wife and coach. Right?
What?
So if you're putting all these together, they're going back to the picture, okay? I don't know who is who, right? But one of these guys is the Grand Slam champion, and the other one is the guy who gets with Zendaya and marries her, okay?
Okay, got it.
You following along so far? Okay.
Yes.
So now, to be showing you the thing that threw me off when I was watching it, pertaining specifically to this picture, I'm going to play a little part of it for you, okay?
Okay.
This is the preview. This is the preview I saw when I went and saw Dune 2 in theaters. Go back to the theaters, people. Actually, if y'all could just release the movie day of, I'd pay $50, okay? I'm paying that anyway. We could let the theaters go out of business a little bit. Okay, sorry, getting off topic. It's Challengers.
I want you to be my coach.
I want you to be my coach.
How often does this happen? Going after the same girl? Come here.
Which one of us?
Oh.
And that is the scene.
Girl.
That is the scene where I said, Right. And so I want to ask you, Judy, am I being an old man about this? Here's my thought process, okay?
Okay.
So you didn't get to see the entire clip because one, just that little part with the music, if we ever are able to make any money off of this thing. By the way, 39 subscribers. Go subscribe on YouTube, okay? I really want to get to 50 by the end of this year. So please, if you have the time, if you've already subscribed, just, you know what? What are you doing? What? I'm trying to talk about us getting more subscribers on YouTube and you're over here showing off your fucking plushies.
Well, no, I was showing my dog. Did you see him? He kind of blended in, but it was
all
my
I
dog.
saw was the plushies. I was like, is she really like? What I'm saying means that fucking little to her that she's gonna show her squishmallows off right now.
My dog is scared right now because it's storming and he never comes into my office, so he's shaking and he's under he's under my
That's
desk.
fine. That's on. So no. So just remember, I'm not looking at the screen all the time. I'm trying to look at the camera, and then I just see. Well, when I looked, all I saw was just you slowly leaving, right, and then just doing this, and I can't. Either way,
okay.
See, I'm not the only one who gets us on tangents, people. Anyway, 50 subscribers, please. If you already subscribed, just do what my mom does on our TikTok channel and make another account. Yeah, it's fine. It's totally fine. We have like 13 actual followers on TikTok, but we're almost in the triple digits as far as just for subscribers. Thanks, Mom. Appreciate you. All right.
Thank you.
So going back to the movie, my issue is because you didn't get to see the entire trailer. Zendaya is playing this tennis phenom who at some point shatters her knee bone. And I say that just because, like, it can't just be like an ACL because we see people come back from that, you know. So I'm going to say, like, her knee bone was shattered, even though the knee bone's not a real thing. It is in the Zendaya movie. So she shatters her knee bone, and then the two guys obviously are like, well, you don't have anything else to do, so teach us, please, right?
Yeah.
Now, real quick. You take that scene where they're on the bed and she's getting kisses and then she lays back and she's like, have at me, right?
Yeah, right.
Just real quick, close your eyes. Please.
Okay.
If you're in the car, pull over, then close your eyes.
Don't close your
Yeah. But close your eyes when you get a chance. Pause the show right here. Pull over. Close your eyes because I need you to visualize this. All right. So right now, you're visualizing Zendaya on the bed. You're visualizing the two men in front of her getting ready to pounce. Right. Right. I want you to remember she's in a pink reddish hoodie. Right. One guy is shirtless. Another guy has a black shirt on. I want you just visualizing every ounce of the scene. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Right. So now that you've visualized everything, you've immersed yourself 100% into this scene in the movie, do a quick gender swap. Now imagine that it's a guy on the bed and it's two females getting ready to pounce.
Okay.
Now add in the fact that he is also their coach. How do you feel about that happening? About a male coach using, maybe not intentionally, but using whatever kind of leverage that he has in a situation to make sexual advances to his students.
Yeah, I mean, when you put it that way, yeah, it's very
and I'm not trying to say that everyone in this. I'm not trying to say there's any kind of grooming going on, but Zendaya is so young that anytime I see it, I'm like, oh God, that's just, it looks, but you know what? We don't know ages. So she's a grown woman. She's in her 20s, probably. I'm just so old. Everyone looks 17 to me. That's my fault. Also, she was in Euphoria where she played a teenager, but it's my fault.
Yeah. I mean, y'all seen that show, right? I mean, just saying.
But yeah, like I'm watching it and And these are the things, like, I get so tired of just people talking about how Hollywood's gone woke and all of these instances. Because, yes, there are many instances where female characters get portrayed in ways that are undeserving of what they're being portrayed as. And by that, I mean, a perfect example is the live action Mulan that came out, or Rey Skywalker in the new Star Wars movies, in which you don't ever see the struggle, right? Because we just want, and I'm just saying, as this is the intention of the people who are showing these movies, we just want our women characters to be better than everyone in everything, and therefore we never see them struggle. But guess what? When we don't see them struggle, we cannot relate to them anymore, and that's when the character becomes boring. It's not because it's a woman, it's because they are boring, right? And so that is why I get very tired of the woke media debate, because half the time it's not about being woke. Like, yes, obviously there is an intention with that by forcing it to be a female character, but guess what? You have to have a little strong arming in order to have change, okay? If you don't strong arm a female lead into certain characters, you'll never be able to be like, well, a woman can do that in that scene just as easily as a man, right? And that's what I'm saying, as far as this is just lazy writing in most of these instances that are being talked about as woke. Right. This movie, on the other hand, Challengers, is a real fucking problem, in my opinion. And that's why I said, because in this one, you're taking a female lead that could very, very easily, if put as a male lead, be considered predatory. And so for us to create a character, and I haven't seen the movie, guess what? I'm not gonna. Because I've told you how I feel about the movie. Maybe one of you guys see it and you're like, well, actually, Ryan, it is a cinematic masterpiece of how the female genome is able to overcome over the masculine things in the universe.
And and it might. You know what? I'll watch it for us.
Okay.
I'll watch it for us.
Sorry, Keith. Keith's in the car now. Fuck! I don't want to go to that. Damn it.
Maybe we'll stream it somewhere. Maybe I'm able to stream it somewhere. So.
He's like, this show is ruining my fucking life. I have to watch Jason Momoa in Fast X. Now I gotta watch the goddamn Zendaya tennis movie. Now I gotta go teach these piece of shit kids. And he right into a ditch. Right in. Yeah, Keith, I don't want you to do that, sir. I love you, friend. But I'm just saying, like, if it happens, I get it. Like, I'm here for you. If you ever need to talk about anything, you need to talk about how you're worried somebody's freezing the accounts, or how these badass kids don't listen, or how you had to go to an 8-hour movie about Taylor Swift's concert and then go to the fucking concert. I'm here if you ever want to talk about these things, buddy. Do not go into the ditch. But yeah, so you're going to go see the Zendaya movie. Thank you.
Yeah. I will report back.
It's out April something, so
okay.
You'll have your new haircut. It'll be perfect.
Yeah, it'll look great.
Oh my God. It'll be date night.
Oh.
Did you see the Oscars?
I did not watch it, but I saw the winners. So
Real quick,
that's all I really needed.
I'm only bringing this up because I was so annoyed by it.
Okay.
Y'all understand that whole gay shaming thing in Hollywood, while it could possibly be a thing, and what I'm talking about for anyone who's not sure, Cat Williams came out a while ago and did an interview where he said everyone who makes it in Hollywood has to do some kind of gay shaming moment where they put you in a dress, or you have to do, be naked or something that embarrasses you. And when John Cena came out for best costume design, I believe it was, at the Oscars, the first thing he did was come out where all he had was a notebook or the note cards over his thing, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, what they did is they went dark, and in the dark they dressed him in a nice nightgown, but that's like a female's clothes. And so everyone is going around saying, oh, this is the moment where they shamed him so he could be part of Hollywood. I'm sorry. Grow up, okay? Not because because here's the thing. I do believe that there are producers or writers or whomever that put certain things in movies to embarrass people because it makes them feel like their dick is big, okay? Like, there's no part of me that just understanding how people are, that there is not at least 2 or 3 guys in Hollywood who do shit like that. The reason I say grow up, though, John Cena became famous by being in the WWE. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So first off, he wasn't naked. He had one of the socks on where you put the thing, you put it in a sock. If you're looking on at TABPOD, this is him. This is the sock. He goes in the sock, right? And you're just, strapped up. Okay?
Yeah. All right.
So, because there's pictures of him in the sock before he walked out.
Oh.
But he had the sock on, and then afterwards he had a dress on. Okay? He's been in way more revealing things on WWE, and I guarantee you he's been in way more feminine instances on WWE. Like, I don't know if you guys pay attention to the news. Go look at why Vince McMahon got kicked out of the company that his father started 80 years ago.
Wow.
Because he was doing some stuff, right? So if that was the environment that John Cena was in, you think he hasn't done much worse than being, oh God, oh no, we have to see all of those muscles and we just get to look and see that there is not an ounce of fat on that man's body. Oh, what an embarrassment for it. Shut the fuck up. All right, that wasn't even something I wanted to talk about as part of the show, but I needed to. I have a question for you. I want to do an Am I the Asshole?
Oh.
And this is a personal Am I the Asshole? So it's between me and the EP.
Oh, okay.
So we were watching a show over the weekend. They did this dating game scenario. Like it was a game show and they did a dating game version of it. And have you ever seen dating game?
No.
So in the dating game, what it is you and your couple or you and your significant other both get asked a question. And if your answers match, you get a point. And if they mismatch, then you don't get a point.
Right.
So one of the questions that came up, first off, did you know that you can do a hidden album in your phone?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Oh, I've been out here just living wild, okay? It's like, anytime someone looks at the picture, I'm like, okay, you gotta not go too far. No, let's go back. Let's go back. I did not know there was a hidden album, and now, like, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. It's a whole new world.
Oh, no.
So I found that out from that show.
Okay.
But the thing that came up was one of the questions is how many contacts does your significant other have that are listed under a dating app?
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So I look in my phone. Disclaimer, okay? I'm going to disclaim the shit out of this right now.
Okay.
I don't delete anyone's phone number ever. I have phone numbers from like my very first iPhone still in there. I'm a screw. There's numbers to like professional people in my phone that have said hi to me and gave me their card because we're at a business function. At some point, I'm just going to be like playing a video game and butt dial them and they're going to think it's like something. But I just never let go of anyone's phone or phone number, right?
Phone number, okay.
And then also, I'm lazy. So if I meet you and I got your number from an app, that like name at whatever the site was, okay?
Yeah.
And we've already talked about the way that I was swiping back in the day, right?
Oh, no.
I believe we've talked about where like which many people don't know is possible, to run out of selections when you're on those apps because you have swiped so many times. The website's like, bruh, slow down. So I go on my phone and I'm like, oh, okay, I see. And the EP's like, how many do you have? And I said, before I say, how many do you think I had? This is just so you know, this moment will define our friendship.
Okay, so you've never deleted numbers. I'm gonna aim high. I'm gonna go with 85.
Oh, wow. 85? Oh, thank you. Oh, look at you. You gotta remember, yeah, I might have swiped a lie. They had to swipe back too. Jesus, 85. Thank you. No, it was between 3 different websites. It was 8.
Oh, okay. The way you were making it sound like.
Here's why. Okay, here's why.
Okay.
So after I reveal that it's 8,
yeah,
I could see the EP is upset. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's one too many, of course.
What do you mean? You said 85. You fucking flip-flopper.
Look, I know I said 85,
Betrayal!
but I mean, she said
betrayal.
Coming from the EP's perspective, that's one too many.
So 7 would have been fine, but 8, that's the line. That's
say that's 7 too many or 8 too many.
You could have 1 for every day of the week. Sorry. But if you try to double up on Monday, you son of a bitch.
Sorry, that's 8 too many in her perspective.
So I can understand her being upset by the fact that they were in there. Mm-hmm. And if I had been trying to hide it in any way, like if she had been like, oh, do you have any? I was like, no. She's like, well, let me see your phone. I throw it out the window. Like if that happened, then I totally get why she would be upset. But she, and I'm going to probably explain it in a way that puts her in a bad light, but I want to be the hero. So she, just in a huff, right?
Yeah.
And she's not being aggressive or even passive aggressive towards me. She's just being quiet and kind of angry. And I'm like, why are you tripping so much? I didn't say it as aggressive as that, but that was the context of it. And I'm like, why are you tripping so much? And she, well, I just feel like I have a right to be angry. And I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with you having the right to your feelings, but I do feel, and it's impossible for me to tell you how angry she was, but I do feel like the fact that she was in a huff and just being there silently angry was, in my opinion, a bit too far for someone who volunteered the information. That's like somebody, hey, I have all this crack, policeman. I have all the crack right here. And the cop is just like, God damn it, I wanted to solve this, okay? You just came and gave me the crack, and now I don't get to go and be a detective? Fuck, man. So I want to know, am I in the wrong for thinking that she was being a bit dramatic in the situation?
I don't know. I feel like I get where EP's coming from as a woman because, I would get upset at things like that too.
Keith is furiously deleting numbers in his phone right now. He's like, fuck!
I don't know. He probably is. No, but no, he does. Yeah. Anyways, I can see where she's coming from. I don't think she was wrong in any way. She, I would be upset too. And I get where you're coming from. You showed it to her. You told her. But what do you want more from her? Okay, you think she would have just been okay, just brush it off? Is that what you wanted her to do? Is just kind of
obviously.
oh, okay, you have 8 numbers.
Obviously.
All right.
I wanted her to do a victory dance. That's what if it had been reversed, I would have been like, oh, I'm the winner. I'm the winner. All these hoes lost because I'm the winner. I got a big dick because I'm the winner. These hoes lost, right? But no, she's upset. And like I said, I get why she was upset. By the way, you did a terrible job at telling me if I was the asshole or not. Because you're just like, I could see your point, but I can also see her point. You fucking
I think you were an asshole. Let me just say, I think you were an asshole for being upset that she was upset.
See what happens when you force the topic. I went from a draw to a flat out loss.
I will tell you that. I think that you were an asshole for being upset that she was upset.
Okay, and that's fair. Like I will defend my position from literally this perspective. Like I said, I wasn't upset that she was upset. I just felt that she was overly upset about the scenario. And I say that because now also I'm not a jealous person, so it's not apples to apples. But if she had told me that, I'd been like, why do you still have them? And you're like, I just don't delete them. Here, I'll delete them now. Oh, by the way, deleted them right then and there. Right then. That's also why I felt that. Because as soon as she said anything where it was like displeasure, delete. That's what it was. That's why I was like, you're being, in my opinion, dramatic, because I deleted them right then. All 8. It took me like a good 2.5 minutes to delete them all, but I did. And then she was still angry. And so, like, if it was me, though, I'd be like, well, why haven't you deleted them? Oh, because I keep everything. Cool. Can you delete it now? Yes. All right, cool. Thanks. And that's it for me. I'm done. I'm good. Now, if you don't want to delete them, then we have an issue. Like, what the fuck? Why?
Yeah.
But all right, fine. I'll take it. I'm the asshole on that one. I don't think it's fair.
I would just say Apple makes it really hard for you to delete multiple contacts at once. Like you have to go into the contact and then scroll down and then delete. Like what? And it's like, are you sure you want to delete it? Like, yeah, that's why I'm coming here to delete it.
Yeah. That's why I said it. It took me a good 2.5 minutes of standing there with daggers in her eyes, looking at me while I'm just trying. My hand is shaking like I'm defusing a bomb.
Now, what about like the women you met that you didn't save under as an app, like name app? How would we know? How would we know, Iki?
Like, why are you trying to? Wow. I see. You're trying to get a fucking forensic breakdown of my phone. Okay. Why are you trying to do that? Okay. Why? Because I said Keith was trying to delete some fucking phone numbers. Now you're trying to break my whole family up? What the fuck? It's fine. It's fine. I'm going to send dirty men's underwear to your house. And then Keith's just going to be like, whose are these? What guy is sending you underwear?
Oh, that's gross.
I know.
Don't do that, please.
Oh, they won't be mine either. I'm gonna like go pay a bum.
Oh,
I'm gonna go pay a homeless guy like $20.
You're gonna have to touch it.
So I want to, now that we've shown me to be the asshole, I want to tell you a couple stories about times that it backfired on me for following the rules.
Okay.
Right. So at the insurance emporium, when I was there, we did this exercise where you were supposed to, about every other person in the room, so you would do this 7 times, write 5 things about them that you admire.
Yeah.
Now, you were supposed to do it and this was the literal instruction, in block lettering. And the reason for that is so that the person reading them would not know who wrote what, because block lettering makes it so that there's uniformity amongst everything.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me why I was the only person who did they shit in block lettering. And then everyone knew exactly who had written what for them. Ah. People were like, well, he said block lettering, but he really just meant like, just not your hand. No, he said fucking block lettering. God damn it.
Okay.
And now everyone knows what I think.
What is block lettering? Can you just
It's
like,
the
it's
letter
all caps
done.
or like
I guess you could say
darker
it's all
letters?
caps. I would just say it's letters done with 90-degree angles. So like an A would be a straight line up, a straight line over, a straight line down, and then a straight line across in the middle.
Okay.
Right?
Damn. Kind of hard
So,
to do. Like, were you in a time crunch?
God
like,
damn it, my hand was hurting. Okay? Oh,
We
that's
can,
why
like-
everyone else didn't want to do it too, because they're fucking lazy.
I
And
know.
my hand hurts.
I'm trying to like write my name in block lettering. Like, what?
7 times over. 5 things about each person. And because I did it the right way, I'm the asshole everyone knows who said what. Thank God I was being nice and I said nice things. They were true, most of them, but I was saying the nice things. So, yeah. So there was that, and then the other time this happened because of daylight saving. So you could say that maybe I wasn't following the rules, but I was following the rules because they fuck you with this every time. Okay, my friend had the balls. He didn't know it, but he had the balls to ask me to pick him up from the airport in the middle of the night on daylight savings.
Okay.
His flight got in at 1:15 a.m.
Okay. Yep.
First off, why the fuck doesn't daylight savings happen right at midnight? At midnight, it should just go back to 11 or jump over to 1, right?
Yeah.
But
it starts at like 2
no,
or something. Right?
Let's just for all intents and purposes, let's say that it was at 1 o'clock this night because it goes into whatever time it happens. This is what fucked me over, right? So I wake up like a good friend, and it's now, let's say, 12:45, and I'm like, okay, I gotta go and be at the airport. Is that pick him up? He's coming. On the way to the airport, I get there, and it's now 1:05.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, cool. I check his flight. He has another hour before he lands. What the It says it's coming at 1 a.m. Where is it? Oh, no, motherfucker. Because it's going to go to 2 and then jump back to motherfucking 1. So I had to wait for an hour because I was trying to be a good friend, follow rules, and go when the flight showed up. You know what I mean? I had to because you only get about 15 minutes of free parking. So I had to go through 4 or 5 times. Oh, God. That was the fucking worst. So the moral of the story, don't follow the rules, okay? Just do whatever's good for you, okay? And anybody who tells you otherwise, they're wrong. Unless you're listening to this, you do what I fucking say. I swear. You're going to make me go to the baseball games that I got to deal with. Yeah. All right, before we take a break, I've had a couple moments over the last week where I felt like an old person for saving money because they were very small amounts of money. But one I got super excited for, and the other I was super excited for. And then when I realized why I was excited, it made me super sad. So the one that I got super excited for, and this is a little tip for you guys, if you ever go on an online shop, an online boutique, anything like that, put the item you want in the cart and then just walk away. Just walk away for a couple days. Because I kid you not, I did this on accident on a site, and they sent me a 10% coupon to entice me to get what was in the cart. Like, hey, daddy, you forgot something. There you go. A little something to wet your whistle, get you back with us. I was it saved me $8 in the end of it, but I was still like, hey, $8, let's go. I wasn't expecting that. But then the one that was bad was I've been waiting for a while to get my auto insurance renewals. And for anyone unaware, in Nevada, it is a fucking bloodbath as far as the insurance renewals go. It's every renewal, every car is pretty much going up by 10, 15% on average, right? So I get mine back, and the whole time I've been thinking that it's going to go up. I'm going to be paying more. I was hoping that a certain discount would kick in for the EP that would help not make it raise so much. Luckily, that did happen. But I figured that no matter what, it was going to go up. And then I finally got my renewals today, actually. And I was looking, and it went down.
Ooh.
I mean, mine went down. Hers, she ruins my life. Hers went up. Everything would go down, but no, she got to make it go up. But no, honestly, the reason it went down, I got very lucky, and I just had to stop driving my car, essentially. Because since my job is so close to my house, I do one of the safe driving apps that monitors your driving, which is basically just seeing how much mileage you use. Yeah. And since it's so close to my house, my annual mileage has gone down to less than 5,000.
Oh my God.
So because of that, and because of no other reason, because otherwise it would have increased. Yeah. I know it. But because of that, I actually got mine to lower about $40 over 6 months. Right?
Wow. Yeah.
So, but then going to hers, after hers increased, really it was like a net of still saving, but a net of negative $17. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
So, but I was at work this morning and I was like, no, I'm saving. No, I'm saving, right? Oh, they drop. Oh, rates drop. Okay, I'll stop. But I was very excited over the fact that my rates were not increasing. And then I realized why I was so excited. And it's because I was dreading this moment for the last 3 months, waiting for my renewal to come. And I just don't feel like I should be happy about saving $17 over the course of 6 months. So really, it's like, yeah. So really,
it's like one meal for yourself.
It's like $3 a month. It's like it's not even enough for a meal. Okay, it's barely enough for a cheeseburger at McDonald's right now. Okay, you couldn't buy a carton of eggs for what I'm saving. But. And that's when I was like, oh God, I'm way too excited just because the fear of how much more I was thinking I was going to have to pay is no longer there. And that just sucks. It really does suck. And, but in doing this, it made me realize that there's a lot of questions for people in the insurance industry. And I don't know if there's a lot of answers because people keep asking the fucking questions. So I don't think that you're getting the answers that you need. So what we're going to do, if there is a demand, is, hit us up on Twitter, on TikTok, on YouTube even. If you have a question about insurance. Now, granted, I'm in Nevada, so I can only speak on things specifically in Nevada, but I will try and answer the question that you have for me as best as possible. But yes, as my co-host said, leave a comment wherever you're watching. If you have a question about insurance, I will try and answer it. We will call that going forward the Insurance Minute. Okay? Because guess what? I'm not talking about it for more than 60 seconds. There's going to be it's not going to be like how. Yeah, it's not going to, no, it's going to be one question per insurance minute. I'm not going to be, I'm not, oh my God, 7 questions in 60 seconds.
5 questions, 60 questions.
But it's not going to be like how, it's not going to be like how we, we're supposed to do a 40-minute segment on each half of the show, and I forget to hit the timer for the first 15 minutes, so we have a 4.5-hour show. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be a hot 60. Okay, it's going to be the hottest minute in insurance. Okay, baby, I'm telling you, it's going to be a coked up minute if there ever was one. So that's coming. I'm sure that the first couple questions will come from Judy, but you know.
Most
Oh,
likely, yeah.
and we will talk more about this on the other side. We're basically just going to talk about Judy's vacation in the second half of the show. She's got a lot to talk about. So I said, you know what?
Yeah.
I took half of the show a couple weeks ago. I'll give you a whole half to just talk about whatever you want.
Hey.
So we're going to do that. And when we come back too, we're going to talk about the level of celebrity that Judy's at that I don't really appreciate. Okay? There's a level that she is at I'm just not here for. Okay? So
okay.
all that and more. We'll find out what happened with Judy on her precious vacation right here on A Conversation with Judy and Ryan. Woo!
Woo! Well, you only did one stern woo. Ew.
Huh?
I said you only did one stern woo.
Oh, woo! Woo woo! Welcome back to A Conversation with Judy and Ryan on YouTube at takeabreathpod. Also, go check us out on Twitter because I be having fun at takeabreathpod.
You be having way too much fun on that Twitter.
What you talking? What I do? What I do is even way too much, huh? I thought it was free speech.
No.
I thought I had rights.
Well,
where are my rights?
No. What I'm saying is that I have the notification on that every time, we tweet, it shows up on my end. And I was like, damn, my phone is blowing up. Like, what is happening? I was like, oh, Ryan's just going off on Twitter.
Yeah, but I be keeping it entertaining. You got to admit. It be,
you know what? You do.
I shared a personal conversation between myself and my brother last night.
I saw that, yeah.
Right? So if you guys think I'm wild on this show, just imagine what it's like texting me. And you go find out if you want to know at takeabreathpod. But the thing that I'm excited for is TikTok. Judy's been doing a lot of big stuff over on TikTok. She's always making sure that we have something entertaining, something going. And I got an email from TikTok today.
Oh.
Yes. And they said, Ryan, you have been on this site for a full year. This is what you posted a year ago.
You can't be a bad bitch. And I quote, but that was it. You didn't explain yourself further. You just kind of was like, no, you can't.
See, why is it up to me to have to explain everything?
Aww.
Why is it that there's not a point? Look at the hair. Oh my God.
I know. Look at my background. I was like in my old house when I was switching rooms, and every other episode I was in somewhere different.
Oh, back when I was editing the bleeps out or in. Oh man, God! Wow. I just baby. I was watching that earlier, and yeah, like you said, one of your 85 backgrounds from that time.
Yeah.
I remember because I'll be watching to try and keep the views going on them. I'll be watching all of our videos on repeat and looking at our early stuff when we were both like, I don't think we want to take this seriously. And we both would look tore the fuck up when we came on here compared to now where it's just like, all right, I got fresh makeup on. I had to get a hat, right? Look, if you're aware, look. We got merch. It's not real merch because I'm not selling it because honestly, I wouldn't sell something this crappy to any of our listeners. This is not a good hat, but it's something that I could wear. And speaking of the hat, Judy, when she was on her vacation over the spring break, she actually came down to Vegas, right? And the point of her coming down to Vegas was so that she could gift me the gold Mario bands from Universal to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of Nintendo Land. And I don't know if you guys are noticing wherever you're watching at TABPOD, but this is not a gold one. This is a green Luigi band.
So the green Luigi one.
So Judy showed up to my place to give me the band, and then what happened just with that, Judy? Not the whole vacation, just what happened with that?
So I stroll up and, I'm looking through the car. I was like, oh, I left them at my parents' house.
Yep. She left them, which honestly, it's fine. I didn't care about that. I was more excited that I got to see her. I just thought it was extremely funny about that. But it gave me a chance. I've been meaning to send these hats to you for like a good 4 months at this point. It gave me a chance to give you some of our shitty hats in person so that you guys can, I love them too. I wear them proud. It's just like I said, I would feel bad if I like sold someone this hat and was like, you should wear. No. If we ever do real merch, it's going to be nicer than this thing that's carving into my forehead right now. But as a result of us running into each other, I took away 2 things. One, I understand why you say Keith is and I already understood it, but I understand why you say that Keith is a good-looking man, because I didn't realize like his presence and physical just like, until you're in front of him. He is literally, people, built like a refrigerator. Like he is just tall, like he's got a good 3
Really
inches
wide
on
shoulders.
me, broad ass shoulders, and just built. Somebody disrespected me with an alarm. But he was just like, I was not expecting him to be massive like that. I was expecting him to be that same proportion, but just in a smaller overall frame. I thought he was going to be like my height in that same type of frame. And then he's like looking down at me like, nice to meet you, little guy. But from that, the EP was telling people, oh, Judy came to town. We got to hang out with Judy for a minute. And people were like, wait, time out. The Judy? Like Judy from A Conversation with Judy and Ryan? And I'm like, time the fuck out.
What?
Like, don't get me wrong. I love Judy so much, but why is it that she's getting all this love? Okay. Like, I am just as much part of the show. And she's the celebrity now. Where it's like, you got to meet what the fuck, the Judy?
Like, is
The
it
bad
different?
bitch, apparently.
Is it coming from like your family?
I mean, obviously, nobody else watches the show.
Yeah, I'm just saying it'd be different. Like if I was like talking to my friends who listen to the show and watch it, and they're like, you met up with Ryan? Like it's different, right? Because they're not gonna say Ryan because they see you all the time in person.
Yeah, exactly. They see me. They should celebrate me when they see me. Like, oh my God, it's Ryan. How else am I going to get other people to know what a big fucking deal I am unless everyone around me is constantly telling me what a big fucking deal I am? The Ryan of no one ever says of A Conversation with Judy and Ryan. It's that Ryan? No. They say, oh my God, it's Judy. And the guy that she does the show with. Fuck. That's what they say. Okay? You think I didn't know? I know. I know what you think about me. You think I'm crazy? I'm not crazy. I just have passionate feelings.
Oh man, look, I will say, y'all, we would have spent a longer time hanging out with Ryan and EP, but damn, one thing, we did not pack appropriately for this trip that we had.
I felt so bad for Keith because we went out to meet you guys and I had sweatpants. I had basketball shorts underneath my sweatpants. I had a sweatshirt and a heavy overcoat, and I'm still cold, right? And this man is out there in basketball shorts and a t-shirt.
And like shoes,
And obviously. No, he was barefoot walking around.
No, I was thinking if he had slides on. I was thinking, did he have slides on or did he have shoes on?
And the thing is that it was so cold, he couldn't hide how cold he was. You saw it in his face. But God damn it, if he didn't just fucking suck it up, and he would have stood there for another 30 minutes if you had wanted to. Like, just the salt of the earth. I cannot tell you how impressed I was with it. In fact, I'm going to tell you now, don't fuck this up. Okay? If you fuck this up, you and I are gonna have a real issue. I do not want to lose Keith. Okay?
I mean, I don't want to lose him either.
I know you don't. I'm not saying that you do. I'm just saying, like, if you thought there was pressure in your marriage before, there's pressure now. Okay? Make it work. Make him happy. Do the things to make him happy. Okay?
Got it. Of course.
Whatever those things are, I don't need to know about your weird reverse kinks. Okay? But
I won't share them on here like you do.
yes, exactly. And yet I'm not the star. I don't know why. but he would have stood out there because you could see he was miserable. He didn't say a goddamn thing about being cold at all until the very end when he was like, "We're leaving, cool, because I'm cold as shit." Right?
Yeah.
And so kudos to you, man, because I would not have been that nice. I'd be like, "Hey, I know we drove out here from Texas. We gotta hurry it the fuck up, okay?"
Oh man. All
right.
Yeah, that was fun.
Now that I have talked about how your celebrity annoys me, how was your trip?
It was great, but let me just tell y'all. So we left Texas, pouring rain out here, thunderstorms, flash floods, the whole shebang, right? I was like, damn, should we like had packed for maybe some coat, like, maybe like a nice jacket or something. It's, but I'm like, oh, it's gonna be warm in Vegas. It's gonna be warm in California.
Just so you know, I don't believe you, because you're also the person that packed her fucking hoodies in the middle of winter. Okay, like, so there's part of me that just doesn't believe you when you say
this.
That's
because I was moving
in 3 months. Okay.
Anyways,
I just wanted to throw that out there and continue, please. I'm sorry.
Anyways, so I don't know what Keith packed. Like, he packs up his clothes. Cool. We are driving through northern Texas, so in Amarillo. It's like 40 degrees in Amarillo. In the middle of the day, it's like the afternoon, like, noon. I was like, damn, it's cold. I had on sweats. I had on like a matching set, like sweats and a crew neck. So it was warm for me. But Keith over here is wearing slides, shorts, and a t-shirt. I was like, oh, we were hungry. It's like, we're going to grab lunch in Amarillo. And like, I told him, I go, do you need me to like, because he packed a hoodie. He packed one hoodie. I was like, you want me to grab your hoodie? Like, before we run into the restaurant? He's like, no, I got it. I'll just run in. I was like, okay. But man, I'm telling you, it was cold. Then we leave lunch. We're driving through Albuquerque. Like, we're driving to Albuquerque because that's where we're spending the night. A snowstorm. We're driving through a fucking snowstorm in northern New Mexico towards Albuquerque.
I would have turned around. I would have fucked that. Trips over.
Like, I mean, it wasn't like a bad snowstorm though, but still, it was cold and snowing. And I go, we didn't pack for this. And so, like, we just bundled up as best as we could with one hoodie, and we just run into the hotel, right? Eventually, after we leave Albuquerque, there's another snowstorm in Arizona. I was like, damn, is it still cold out here? And typically, I don't know if we haven't driven this route that we always take to Vegas and Cali during this time of the year, I guess. But yeah, I didn't know it was still storming, rainstorms, snowstorms in northern Arizona and northern New Mexico. So that was wild. That was a wild time. Yeah. But
it's always fun when you have to start the vacation by putting chains on your tires.
It wasn't that bad. We don't have to put chains on.
It was close. It was close enough.
It could have been, yeah. But and so eventually, we get to Vegas because we're dropping my dog off because we brought him with us before we go to Cali. That's kind of how we ended up coming back to Vegas and, dropping off the power bands. But
right.
I did it.
Did you put those in the mail yet, by the way?
They are. They should be there tomorrow, according to the check.
Oh, okay. That actually, I got an alert that a package was coming, and I was like furiously searching through all of my Amazon shipments to
You're
find
like,
this.
what's coming?
Yeah, well, to figure out, because I was like, none of my stuff is saying it's getting delivered tomorrow. Why is this tracking number saying I'm getting a package tomorrow? And so now that makes sense, because everything I was looking at, I was like, no, that's a couple days out. That's a week out. What is this? I've been hacked.
It could have been a phishing email. You would have not known.
No, because it's an alert. I have it's connected to an app.
Fine.
Like
fine.
anytime somebody ships me something, I get a little alert on my phone. It says, "Daddy,
Oh.
something's coming."
No.
Yep. I
Did she?
recorded it just so every time, "Daddy, something's coming."
Got it. All right. So continuing on, right? Weather's great in Vegas when we got there. Awesome. It was like, upper 60s. Low. I was like, great weather. So we leave Sunday. So we get Saturday night, we leave Sunday, heading to California because we're going to Disneyland and Universal Studios. Biggest mistake of my life of us driving Sunday to leave. Well, I mean, I guess it wouldn't be the biggest mistake, but still, Sunday, because typically it takes us about 4 hours to get to Los Angeles
Okay.
on a good day, right?
Sure.
I would drive, right. 6.5 hours it took us to get to Anaheim from Vegas.
Well, yeah, because it was spring break.
Yes, and I didn't realize that Vegas spring break was also the same time as
Everyone
else's spring
else's.
break.
I didn't
No, because-
realize that everyone went on spring break at the
No,
same time, even though
because I
we
remember-
would keep ending up at
no,
the same.
listen.
Like, fine, I'm listening.
Listen.
Sorry.
Spring break in Vegas always used to be the week of Easter. So I was like, oh, it's not going to be Vegas' spring break because Clark County's is usually always the week of Easter. At
Yes.
least when we went to school, that was
Yes
the
and
case.
no. The thing that changed is that it was because our school system would do what I called tiered spring breaks, in which they would do the elementary school spring break, the middle school, and then the high school. But now everyone's just on the same one.
Okay. Well,
It's
regardless,
chaos. It's chaos.
everybody and their mama was trying to leave Las Vegas to go to California. So we would just stop and go the whole way from like state line to about Victorville. All right. Stop and go the whole time.
I mean, if you don't get caught in stop and go traffic, can you even say that you went to LA?
True. You're right. But eventually we make it to Anaheim and we go to Disneyland. And so we do the Park Hopper Disneyland California Adventure. And I had a blast at Disneyland and California Adventure, more so than I did at Universal, but we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Okay.
I have a bone to pick with Disneyland and California Adventure and how they did their lightning lane system. And I don't know if it's the same for all the parks now on how you have to reserve time. Even though you have the lightning, you have to reserve time to go on the ride at your specific time. And you can't make other reservations until you go on your ride time. So let's say I get there at, I'm getting there at 8:00. Like, cool, I get to go on a ride at 8:30. I'll go on the ride. But then the next ride I want to go on is not until noon, like the opening time. I was like, well, what am I going to do from 9 to noon? Like, that just doesn't make sense to me.
Yes, this sounds like you had a blast at these two amusement parks with their reservation
Yes.
rides.
It's the whole reservation thing just kind of threw me off because from what I remember before, lightning lanes were just like, you show your lightning
Fast
thing and you
passes.
just kind of go.
Yeah.
Or your fast
Well,
pass.
When
So,
you say
I'm
is
like,
it
when
like
did they
they're
change
all
that?
when you say is it like that at all amusement parks, like what do you mean by that? And I only ask because you were at Universal, so you know it doesn't work like that there.
I didn't get the fast pass at Universal, so I don't know.
Okay. I guess because you just saw people with it. So no, at Universal is just it's old school where you just get
You
the
just
the
show
line
it.
that's shorter. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, and
I-
it just threw me off a little. It's like, what?
I
Why would they do it
think
that way?
Now, I am someone who's as anti going to Disneyland as you're ever going to find. The magic doesn't hit me like that.
Yeah.
But I believe that version of the Lightning Pass was instituted during the dark times of COVID. Yeah.
Makes sense.
So
yeah.
I think that's
I see
why.
it.
And then they probably just was like, well, it works, so we're going to keep this on.
We're just going to keep it.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong.
We haven't filled the capacity in 3.5 years, so we're just going to keep this going.
If you do it correctly and if you time it perfectly, you can get through a lot of rides. And we did, but there was just rides that we didn't get to go on because they just kept getting pushed out further and further out through the day.
So, one question and one comment. So I'll make the comment first. The thing that I noticed when we went to Universal a couple months ago is now we didn't go during spring break, so this wouldn't have helped for you. But if you can figure out a way to go like where you leave and go to the theme park on a Friday while everyone else is at work or in school, like you chef's kiss. You can do whatever you want, right?
Yeah.
And then my question for you though is, when you guys were doing the Lightning Passes, if you signed up for a ride, would that just cover one seat, or would that cover you and Keith? And then the follow-up question to that was, could you guys book separate rides at the same time? Because you said you can only do one at a time. That's what you did.
No.
I figured it out.
No. I'm gonna answer your questions.
Because I got excited. I thought I figured it out.
No, the way Disney does it is that if your whole family is together on a pass, because that's how you have to buy it. You have to buy it all together as a pass in your group. You both book just for, like, one person books for both of you. Right. So it's not like I can book one ride for us and then Keith goes on his and books another ride. It doesn't work that way.
So what I would have to do is, if I were going to do this, I would have to, and I'm sure that there's a discount that gets lost somewhere, which is why this is not financially viable for most people. But I would buy my own stuff and then have the EP buy her own stuff. And then just have it match up. So then, we can go, and do it interchangeable for each other.
But how would you do it?
Like, I would sign up and I was like, oh, she's with me.
No, they check it. So you have to scan it and it has your names on all of your little.
And then I just be like, you know who I am? I'm Ryan of A Conversation
I
with
see
Judy
you trying
and
to
Ryan.
play the system, but you can't. Disney's a little too smart.
Get the fucking mouse out here right now. Tell him Ryan is waiting for him. He wants to talk. Okay, yeah. I mean, honestly,
it's but I will say it is worth it because it was only, I think, like $30 additional per person. I was like, fuck it. Like, okay, that was fine.
So the things that I didn't realize about Lightning Passes too, and maybe it's not the same at Disneyland, but it's that those passes also allow you to get into the park earlier.
There's a different tier.
Okay,
ours was not that tier.
Okay, so at Universal, they're simple. They're a simple folk from an easier time. Pepperidge Farm remembers. But yeah, Universal it's all in one, but that also would get you into the park earlier. And I didn't realize that could be a part of it. Like, oh, you get to go. Because to me, why do I need to get in an extra 30 minutes early? But goddamn it, if people aren't like, why the fuck wouldn't you want to get in?
Yo, there are people standing in line for Disney to, like, drop their ropes like an hour, 2 hours before they actually open. I don't understand.
That's fanatics, man.
But there's some hardcore Disney people there.
And I would love to be like, how are these people getting laid? But like, they're there with their whole family. So it's just a big Disney cult.
It is so culty, but I love the rides.
Okay, so that you love the rides at Disney or at California Adventure?
California Adventure.
Okay,
because
that's why for me Disney doesn't hit, right? Because I'm not part of the mouse cult. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Disney movies, I like Mickey Mouse cartoons, all that stuff. But like, okay, I don't get to go to Disney and wear the ears. Oh no. Like that's how I look at it. And
Yeah.
I like rides. I like if I go to an amusement park, guess what? I want to be amused by some rides.
Yeah,
So that's why Disney, like, has never hit for me. But California Adventure, I've never been.
Ooh, y'all gotta go. Y'all gotta go. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I will say though, Star Wars is in Disneyland, the Star Wars area, and it's not in California Adventure like I thought it would be. I don't know. I don't know why they did it the way they did, but
and don't
Star
you
Wars
like
area was cool though.
And doesn't Star Wars, isn't that like its own park hopper thing too, or no?
No.
Okay,
It's all within Disneyland.
I might have been pricing it out the other day. I don't know, but I was looking. It looked like the verbiage made it so that you couldn't do something at the same. I don't know, but either way, okay. So Star Wars is inside Disney.
Yes, it's probably their newest ride, which is Rise of the Resistance. You can't use your lightning pass for it, but you can buy a separate lightning pass to get it. But it was so popular.
You can buy
that
a $42.99 slap bracelet to get you on the ride faster.
Yes,
Jesus Christ.
Basically, yes. But every time Keith and I try to go on that ride, like, we look at the app saying what the wait times are. It's like 140 minutes. It's like, let's just say we're never gonna go on this one right now.
You know how in politics right now, Biden is trying to get it so that the fees are just, there's no more useless fees, like they're capped at like $8. Late fee, any fee, right?
Yeah.
I think instead of that, he should have concentrated on this fast pass scheme that Disney is running, and all these places are like, good lord. So you could buy the expensive fast pass, except for this one ride.
Except it won't work for those. Yeah.
Oh, but for an extra, how much was that one pass?
I don't know. It was probably like additional $30 by itself for one person.
Per person. So that's another $60 so that you could go on that ride one time.
One time. Exactly. Yes. Yep.
Oh, it makes me sad.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy how they nickel and dime you for everything, but I guess. But next time I told Keith,
and they hit you with that service fee when you paid for everything. They hit you on every fucking level.
Exactly. Like, damn. I gotta pay this service fee and I gotta pay like an out-of-state admission price because I don't live in California. Like, what?
That's the other thing that sucks. Like, and I get it, but yeah, I don't know how it is in Texas. Locals in Vegas really don't get many discounts on anything. Yeah. So when I see something like that, I'm like, God damn it, man! I don't get that shit ever. What the fuck?
So there's a lot of rides that we wanted to go on, but we missed. So I told Keith, well, if we ever wanted to come back, we know those are the ones we'll have to go to first. So.
Okay, and then why did you not like Universal?
Wait, look, hold on. Let me continue. There's more of it Disneyland. I just thought it was funny because I didn't see this.
Just so you know, we have 15 minutes.
Oh my God, I've been talking about Disneyland for like...
That's why I tried to move you on to Universal. You told me, shut the fuck up. I'm not done.
Sorry. Okay, I just wanted to talk about how we spent the whole day at Disneyland California Adventure, and I just loved watching all the families start melting down. Oh my God. Keith and I were just so in awe of all these, like, moms and dads just yelling at each other. There's this one lady was like screaming at her husband, was like, I told you to get in the line where the ropes are so we have the good seats for the parade. And she was going off. I was like, oh my God, Keith. She's going off on her husband. Like,
I told you that was us day 2 at Universal. That was us day 2. So Asher just walks up, where are you going? Oh.
Wild times. I can't imagine bringing kids to these places, honestly. Okay, so the next day we go to Universal. The one thing I didn't realize about Universal is how small it is. It's like
compared
a
to
bottom lot. Yes. Compared to
Yeah.
like the Disney. I was like, there's a bottom lot and a
Well,
top. I was like,
the one
that
thing
was
I will say, to be fair to Universal, the one thing I will say is the top lot is like half of it's under construction right now because of the Fast and Furious ride that's being built. So, I mean, it was when I was there anyway. It was
there's still things being built.
Yeah, so I would say that to be fair, but yeah, no, compared to Disneyland, like it's not a big place.
No.
And the entire bottom lot is pretty much Nintendo Land. It's like
It is.
It's like 3 other rides and Nintendo Land.
We loved Nintendo Land, I will say. We loved it. We stood in line for Mario Kart 45 minutes, which wasn't bad. I thought it wasn't bad.
And the thing is, like, when I saw the 45-minute wait, because here's the thing that I appreciated about Universal is that when they talk about, this is just me interpreting it from experiencing it, but when they talk about wait, it's not like that's how long the line wait is. It means from the moment you enter, that's how long estimated you should be waiting. And I say that because the walk to Mario Kart was, I feel like a good mile and a half.
Easily.
Right? Like it is, you are trekking. Now, they have it beautifully done. There's multiple rooms that you're walking through with artwork and little hidden things that you can hit your power bracelet onto and stuff. So they have positions for you to be entertained, but it is still like, it was a 45-minute wait when I did it. I walked for 20 minutes before I hit a line, and then I was in the cart 20 minutes later. Like,
yeah, and so it was funny because I remember you're like, I was freaking out about how I wouldn't fit in this ride. I was like,
You're
okay,
welcome.
I gotta make sure I suck it in and like, okay, and it wasn't as bad.
Thank God it was a mile and a half walk to this ride.
I was like pacing myself going down all those escalators to get to the bottom. No, because I've heard and I watched like a lot of TikToks about like how Universal isn't as plus size friendly.
Fat friendly.
Plus size. We're gonna say plus size friendly here, okay?
No, we keep it real
Plus
here.
size.
Fat people
Plus
don't go
size.
to Universal. Or
Plus
they shouldn't.
size
They don't
friendly.
want you there. They don't want fat people
anyways.
at Universal. It's where movie actors are. They don't want fat movie actors. They just want
Dude,
family.
basically, they have like the testers right outside where everyone can watch you test it.
They just want family there. They did. Like, there was a couple rides. I mean, they had it at a bunch of them, but there was one specifically, like the Harry Potter ride, that's on a conveyor belt. I'm sure you guys did that one.
We did not, because the wait was 90 minutes.
Oh, okay. That was the one that Asher cried on and we got off, but it like didn't click for me anyway. But that was where I looked at the seat, and because they had it right there in front of everyone, and I was thinking about sitting in it. I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work for me, but because it is right there and there is a line of, like, if they did it where you're doing it as you walk in to the line area. Right.
Yes.
And then everyone else is like walking into the line. You just got to wait behind them because now they're in front of you. But then you like, that would be fine. But no, they wait until right before you go in.
Out in
and
the
then
open.
It's like, here's the seat right here. And I'm like, I'm not going to put this on. I would rather be embarrassed by having to stop the ride and have everyone wait on me getting my fat ass off this ride than put in. And then I'm like, because also, what happens if it doesn't go? I'm going to go back through the entire line of people? Oh, no, the tester seat didn't work for me. I got to go. No, fuck that. We're going now. We've made it this far.
Yes. But you know what? We fit all the rides that we went on. So
Nice.
but I really did like the studio.
You guys, just for a disclaimer,
track.
you guys would have been fine on that Harry Potter ride as well.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
I met you both in person. I saw the dimensions. You'd be fine.
I appreciate
Any-
that. Thank you so
Anyway,
much.
what were you saying? What ride were you
No,
saying?
the studio tram ride. Like I still love that. Even when I was a kid, I loved it. But now they did like these new things with it, like the
Well,
King
new to
Kong.
us.
I go, King Kong, when did this go like 4D shit like happen to the tram?
So, and that's why I say
It
new
took me
to
by
us.
surprise.
No, that's why I say new to us, because it's the King. It's not King Kong that's in King Kong vs. Godzilla. This is Peter Jackson's King Kong from
Yes.
like a while back. Okay, there's no Godzilla
Yeah. No,
and then the other
not
one.
yet.
Oh, my favorite though was doing the Fast and Furious part of that.
Family.
Right?
Yeah.
And because you could tell that these scenes were done at like the end of the day, and it was just like, guys, we got to get these cut for the ride, and so so first take only. There is no reshoots going on. There's just Roman Pierce just talking however he wants, and The Rock just being like, and then that's it, and you go home.
That was it. Yeah.
Oh, it was so good. I really will say though,
Man.
I do like, the one thing I didn't like about Universal is just everything is just spitting in your face the whole time with all the 4D. Because the 4D is a dick coming in your face. Okay, that's the fourth one. It's spitting right in your face the entire time you're at Universal. But on that ride specifically, I was a big fan of how, even though you were staying still, it felt like you were moving forward the whole time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I
like the way they did that. That's pretty
7
neat.
minutes left, and I know that you want to talk about some work stuff also. So I don't know if you want to do that or save it or what.
Yes. No. We'll talk about it right now because it correlates with me being off the whole week.
Okay.
This salesman, I'm gonna call him a salesman, emailed me. So I had my work phone. Fine. He emailed me Monday, the first Monday, the day I was off, the whole week, whatever. He emails me saying like, hey, I need to set up a meeting with your boss for next Monday. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to respond to you because like, clearly you're going to get my out of office email saying like, I'm on vacation. Please don't email me. Text me if it's urgent. Tuesday morning, this man texts my phone saying, hey, I'm sorry to bother you on your vacation. I dropped the ball. My boss is asking for a meeting with your boss on Monday. I left his ass on red because why are you texting me? If you dropped the ball, this is not my problem.
So
I'm sorry.
my follow-up question to that is, was there someone else like doing that role for you while you were on vacation?
No.
Okay, so then what?
I don't have a backup.
So what else would he have done to try and make that meeting happen?
He could have reached out to my boss directly, which he wasn't going to do. Mm-hmm.
Right, because he dropped the ball, right? He doesn't want to tell, he doesn't want his boss, or he doesn't want your boss to tell his boss, like, hey, I like the cut of your guy's jib. He called me directly to say that he needed to do the meeting. What do you mean directly? Why the fuck? Why would he do that?
Why is he doing that? Mm-hmm.
So I think that what you did was fine by leaving him on red, but I'm not gonna say that guy's the asshole. Like,
no.
I think he took a shot and he was like, okay, and it didn't work.
But wait, there's more.
Okay.
I didn't answer him on Tuesday. Wednesday passes by. Thursday, he calls me again, leaves a voicemail, okay, and then texts me
because you never got back to him. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what's going on.
I know, but he acknowledges that I'm not in the office and I'm on vacation. So I messaged him Friday. I go, hey, I am on vacation. I'm sorry for getting back to you, whatever. This can be dealt with on Monday when I'm back in the office. That's all I told him. So Monday comes along, right? First thing I see I have a voicemail on my desk phone from this man. I was was like, Jesus Christ.
And he's just like, please.
He's like, I need this meeting on today. And I told him, I go, no, my boss is not available today. You're going to have to wait till tomorrow. And he's like, fine, we'll take whatever we can. So Monday, I tell my boss, I was like, hey, I just wanted to let you know, this guy like emailed me, called me twice, texted me twice, left a voicemail while I was on vacation. And my boss goes, oh, that's not acceptable. He goes back to his office and he's on the phone with the guy's boss, who's the CEO of this company. All right.
No.
And this man, and I've never heard my boss like this, but I know he's a yeller and I know he cusses a lot.
And he's cussing to the CEO.
Oh, he is cussing. I heard a lot of F-bombs. He's like, I heard a lot of fuck yous. He said that a lot of times. I heard him say, he's like, my effing EA is not your EA. She doesn't get paid 24/7 like how you and I get paid. This, and I was like, oh my God. And his door is closed. My cubicle is a good 6 feet away. It's a good distance away from, I could hear it. My other boss next to him can hear it. And she messages me. She's like, who is he yelling at? I go, I don't know, but I think he's yelling at somebody that I told him about.
I don't know who he's yelling at, but I know why.
I know why he's yelling at it. It's me. And I was like, dang. So then he comes out of his office. My boss comes out of his office.
He's like, there will not be another issue. Like a fucking mob boss. He comes out like Tony Soprano. He's basically, like, you have nothing to worry about. Take another week off.
That's exactly what he said. Not like that, but basically he's like, he won't be a problem. He shouldn't be bothering you anymore. He goes, the CEO is gonna call you to apologize on that man's behalf. I was like, oh, okay, it didn't need to go to that.
Did you get someone fired?
I don't know. He probably was just taken off our account. Because that's how account executives work. But look.
Oh. So this is a guy with a different company.
Yeah, different company. Sorry. They're like a vendor.
No,
yeah.
You probably said that and I missed it. So I thought he was saying fuck you to your CEO.
No.
That's why I was like, dude's I like the cut of his jib.
No. It's a vendor CEO.
I don't get paid. You and I get paid 24 hours, not my fucking EA. You don't talk to her.
No, it's our vendor CEO.
Oh man, no, that's okay. No, honestly, good for him. That's nice when you have people who defend you like that. I mean, you obviously do a kick-ass job, so you'd deserve to be treated that way.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say as you could have, right?
Yeah.
Is you could have been, and I don't know, maybe you didn't do this because your boss doesn't like it, but you could have been like, you know that I'm out this week. Here is my boss's contact info if you want it. I don't want to talk about this again.
My boss was also out all of the same time we were out he was out for spring break with his kids. So yeah, didn't even matter.
Oh, well then, okay. So then I would pull that back and then say instead, my boss is out this week. I will see if there's any availability on Monday. I don't want to talk about this again.
I guess.
But knowing that it's because I'm with you, I thought that this was a guy in your company the whole time setting up a meeting for the CEO of your company with your boss.
Yeah, that's a whole different one.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, I get why he was probably trying, and then I also fully get your side of it. There's no one's the asshole. Oh my god. And then as I found out more is no, that's
yeah.
I mean, but I respect the guy for trying.
Yeah.
Oh god, I want to say certain things about how I feel like you should have handled it, but at the same time I don't feel like you handled it incorrectly. I just want to okay, so here's the last thing I'm going to say on this, because this is where my brain is going, is how I would, if I were the sales accountant, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If because, and I say this because salespeople aren't taught to unless the answer is no, then we don't know what the answer is. So keep trying is my point. So if you left me on red, I would be thinking you're on vacation. Maybe you didn't get my text message somehow, or maybe you saw it and said you were going to get to it later and you don't know it. Like, so that's what I'm saying. As for me, why I would also maybe be reaching out 2 or 3 times. Now, at the same time, he fucked up. So, I mean, like, you know, he put himself in that position, and he definitely went overboard with everything. But yeah, next time maybe just be like, I've seen this. I will deal with it next week. Just like let him know that you're dealing with it next week, and then let him dig his
I guess I guess I
awesome?
should have done that earlier, but you know.
You know what would have been awesome though if you had done that on the first one, and then he still kept coming, and then you went to your boss and you were like, just so you know, the first thing I told him was that we would deal with it on Monday, and he called me 3 more times. What? Get him, boss, we're outside still. Oh, okay. Vito, get the bets. And then they walk outside.
Oh, but I should have. I know I could have. I'm like,
I get you're on vacation though, and he knew you were on vacation. So it's annoying when someone knows that you're doing something and they still, even if it's for a quote unquote good reason, disregard that. I get where you're coming from. I just like to be the one who argues. And since I haven't decided to give up one of my precious spots on the list to do a Ryan Refutes in the last month, I figured I'd do it here. So, you know. That will do it for this week's episode of A Conversation with Judy and Ryan. Did you like it? Did you laugh? Did you cry? Did you feel the things that only you could feel as someone who's entered puberty for the very first time? I know that I did.
Wow. That's very creative of you.
Thank you.
To describe
if you want to know about creative, you should hear this. You should go and read the conversation I had with Alex, my brother. Oh, he wants to come on the show at some point. He was trying to be Mr. Cool Guy about it instead of asking me where they do the thing where like, you know, I'm so awesome. You should just have me on. Like, it would be a real treat for you. And I'm just like, why doesn't anyone just be like, yo, can I come on? You know, Ramon asked to be come on. He came on. I got him on. Now I got to decide if I want to bring my brother on because he's getting a little too big in his britches. We're going to have to decide on that.
Okay.
We have to decide. Okay.
We do need a new guest coming up sometime. I feel it's about time that we get a guest on here.
Well, we should be having Ramon on soon because the draft, right? We're doing the Pat McAfee watch along. I haven't confirmed with him, but I'm sure like he'll be late because, you know, but he'll be here. It's, you know, it's the draft is multiple hours. It'll be fine. That does it for this week, though, on A Conversation with Judy Ryan. Thank you guys so much. Remember to please like, share, subscribe, and make extra accounts just so that we can hit 50 subscribers, you know, by the end of the year. You can also follow Judy at Judy De La Hoochie, where she doesn't post house vlogs, but she sure does post, you know, trip vlogs, kind of.
I did, kind of. You know. Little clips.
Yeah.
You guys can see it, yeah.
And on a side note, we had to beg her to go to fucking Toadstool Cafe. You bitch, Judy. The fact that I had to beg you to go to a place that no one can get into, like, you dick.
Look, I will say I got lucky. We were getting in line for Mario Kart, and they had like the little sign like, oh, try to reserve the little QR code. I was like, okay, let me see if I can make a reservation. I was like, oh, well, look, I guess we could go at 11:45 in the morning.
Yeah, but before you're I don't even know if I want to go. I've heard the food wasn't that good.
Yeah.
I was like, Judy, no one gets to go. Just go. You're like, fine, maybe. We'll see. Okay. God damn. All right. Well, yes, for the third time, that'll do it for this show. Are there any other tangents that we can go on? So for the fourth time,
look,
that'll do it for the show.
This is what happens when we miss a week. I don't know. It's very frantic.
Dude, I'm still working on my Why God is Black manifesto. Okay, as soon as I can come up with a decent third reason, we're going to be releasing that on the people.
Okay.
I mean, granted, I didn't do much research, but I didn't think it'd be this hard to come up with a third reason. Anyway.
Okay. Yes.
Anyway,
For
for
real
the
this
fifth
time.
time, that will do it for a conversation with Judy and Ryan. Thank you guys so much for listening. And yeah, we'll be here next week. Wait,
Yes.
what do we do at the end? Oh yeah, we'll be here next week. I forgot how we got out of the show. For the sixth time, that'll do it for a conversation with Judy Ryan. Bye.
Bye.